Hello and welcome to Lecture 3 of Unit 2. This lecture is over the southern colonies, and just to give you an idea of where that is, here's a map. We have the New England colonies up here in the north. We have the middle colonies, which we will get to later, and then the southern colonies down here at the bottom. This is what we are looking at today, the southern colonies. We start with Maryland. Maryland is founded by Lord Baltimore in 1634. The plan is that the colony is going to be a place where Catholics would not be persecuted. Persecuted meaning jailed or killed or in trouble for believing something that the people in charge don't believe. Lord Baltimore gets this area called Maryland from King Charles. When Lord Baltimore receives Maryland, it becomes a proprietary colony, which means that it's a colony governed by a single owner or a single person, and in this case that is Lord Baltimore. Before this, it would have been a royal colony because King Charles owned it. So if it's a colony run by the king, it is a royal colony. If it's a colony run by just one person, it is a proprietary colony. A proprietor is someone that owns something. Usually it's a business. A sole proprietorship is a person that owns, or is a business that is owned by one person. In Maryland, colonists had self-government, and the first thing that they did was pass the Act of Toleration. And toleration means, living with, like you can handle things that other people do, even if you don't agree with them. People that were intolerant were like the Puritans, who were just killing Quakers for believing different things. The Act of Toleration forbade or outlawed religious persecution, but things did not go as planned, because the plan is Catholics are going to not be persecuted, but Catholics were outnumbered by Protestants, and the Protestants, which are Puritans as well, Puritans take over and replace the Acts of Toleration, so now Catholics go back to being persecuted. Eventually these Acts of Toleration get put back into place, but it doesn't happen for a little while. Moving to the Carolinas, proprietors or owners hope to attract settlers with religious toleration, large land grants, and political representation. Now, they want to attract settlers with all of these things because the more settlers you have in your colony, the more money that you are going to make. So, the people that run the Carolinas want all of the people to come to the Carolinas. So they say, we'll give you religious toleration and a whole bunch of land if you come over here, and you'll get to vote and things like that. Carolinas are settled by Englishmen from Barbados, along with Huguenots, which are French Protestants. The Carolinas started exporting rice. And export means to exit the colony, so they are growing it and then shipping it out. To farm rice, you need a lot of workers, and the workers that they get are slaves, so they start importing or bringing in, slaves, and soon the slaves outnumbered the farmers. Now, with the lines that are on number 7, I would like you just to answer this question on your own. What do you think are some consequences or outcomes if slaves outnumber farmers? Think about, these slaves don't really want to be there, so if there are more of them, what are some things that could happen? Colonists felt that the proprietors did not supply, or the people that owned the colony did not supply enough protection from the Spanish and the Native Americans. To get military support from the king, the colonists overthrew the proprietors. So in 1729, North and South Carolina become royal colonies, which is a colony that is run by the king and his officials. If we look at Georgia, Georgia is founded in 1732 by James Oglethorpe, who is this guy right here. Georgia is meant to be a place where debtors, or people that owe money, and the poor could make a fresh start. It has great diversity, but Catholics were banned, so nice diversity unless you're Catholic, and then you can't come here. Oglethorpe opposed large plantations and slavery because he wanted to help the small farmer. In a plantation and slavery system, if you have a lot of money, you can buy a lot of land and a lot of slaves, which can means you grow a lot of crops, which means that you can make even more money. If you're poor, you can't buy a lot of slaves and you can't buy a lot of land, so you can't grow a lot of crops. So you're not making any money. So in the plantation and slavery system, the rich get richer and the poor stay poor. Oglethorpe wants everybody to have a shot, so he doesn't want plantations or slavery. But some of Georgia's colonists were jealous of the Carolinas' wealth, and eventually it legalizes slavery and Georgia becomes a royal colony. So what we see here, kind of a theme of these southern colonies, is that a lot of them have legalized slavery, and a lot of them become royal colonies. So when you look at these things, that's going to be a theme or a characteristic that all of these southern colonies have. The region of the South is bordered on the west by the Appalachian Mountains, which are right here. And to the east, you have a flat land of the coast called the Tidewater, which is really fertile and encourages warm weather crops like tobacco and rice. The Tidewater is really nice for growing these things. There's a lot of fertile land, but these crops require a lot of labor. When you need a lot of labor, you're going to see a rise in slavery in the South. And because of this slavery and plantation system, like I said before, it makes the rich richer. So we see a rise or a wealthy elite form, and that means that they're going to be buying up all of the land. They're going to be getting all the profits, and the poor settlers are going to be forced to move out west where the land isn't as good, and they're going to be able to grow as much crops or make as much money. The South has a good amount of religious toleration, and the colonists all fight for and receive representative government. So that is the region of the South. In the last lecture of the unit, we will be talking about the middle colonies.